good evening, Titan Nation. How's everybody?
Good evening, Titan Nation, and Happy New Year. Welcome in to the first edition, the first 2025 edition of TNT Tonight. I'm your host, Chris, aka Blue Enforcer. And again, Happy New Year to all of you. And I hope everybody was very safe on this New Year's Day, on this New Year's Eve. I know, first of all, before we do get started, excuse me, definitely want to send out my deepest sympathies and my deepest condolences and prayers to everybody down in the Big Easy, in Nolans, in New Orleans. Crazy as it's kept, my wife and my mother-in-law, Sunshine Lavender, is actually in New Orleans right now. They just got there this morning or this afternoon. For a little vacation or whatever. I mean, I couldn't get off in time. Which I found that as a coincidence that, this happens and they're actually going to New Orleans. So yeah. But definitely prayers up for the city of New Orleans and for all of those affected, for those families who lost a loved one in that just absolutely horrific incident down on Bourbon Street. So definitely prayers up to the city of New Orleans. But everybody, please, definitely thank you for coming in. Welcome to the show. Happy New Year. Happy 2025. Let's start off 2025 right. Make sure y'all share this show out. Hit that share button wherever you are, whether you're watching on YouTube, even if you're on LinkedIn, share this out to everybody. Definitely go follow on Facebook, X, and Instagram. Definitely follow there for all of your updates and all of your needs. Definitely make sure that you and definitely make sure that you also follow on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts, wherever you get your podcast from. Definitely make sure everybody comes in here and hit that like button, and like this show. And then also go ahead and subscribe to the channel as well. Definitely go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And that way you will be in the know for when we do go live. And so, and in that way, you will be in the know of everything. So thank y'all for definitely tuning into the show, and Happy New Year. But let's get into what we're here to talk about. And I know some people are here, of course. Louis is here talking about the Super Bowls in New Orleans, which it is. Definitely, of course, Kent's in here with Who Dey, and I don't really care right now because I understand where we are as a team and as an organization, and I'm okay with that right now, at least for this season. Now, next season might be a different story. And I'm actually trying to share my show out right now. And everything. So, yeah, the Titans get rained on down in Duval County, and they get swept by the Jacksonville Jaguars. Current, Happy New Year to you. Daniel Berry, Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Miss Mims. Definitely. And definitely, hope you have a great birthday. Yes, I did see Michigan beat Alabama. Definitely, I did see a little bit of that as well. So shout out to the Wolverines. And so the Titans get rained on in Duval. And not too many more people were happy about this game than I am. Not only do the Titans lose, and they got some very good fortunes, which we will touch on in just a moment, but I won me some freaking money. Yes, I won some money, and it felt good. It felt really good to it felt really good to win that money. And it felt great to win the money. And I bet on the Titans to lose. I picked the Jags to win. I picked the under at 39, which I was glad that we hit because Mason Rudolph tried to scare me in that late fourth quarter rally. Tried to scare us. Tried to take that away from me. But in the end, that the pass was batted down incomplete, and it felt great. And he threw an interception. So that helped me a lot. So I won me some money off of that game, and I could not be more happy. Look, I know some of y'all are gonna be out there like, you were cheering for the Titans to lose. How could you? I'm like, because I know what this season is. I understand. So I'm like, you know, might as well, you know, win the fruits of my labor while I got an opportunity. And and the Titans gave us a wonderful gift, and that is that loss. And so Mason Rudolph, he didn't have a great game. 19 of 31, 193 yards. He did have a nice touchdown drive. The one to Nick Van Nett was a nice design play. Tajay Spears had himself a game. He originally got over 100 yards, and then I think he lost a couple of yards, which took him under. But unfortunately, went down with the concussion, which was definitely very sad to hear. And I believe he's already been ruled out for this last game against the Texans. And I don't know if Tony Pollard, if he doesn't play, that means you're going to be going with Julius Chestnut, which definitely puts a damper on the running game. Calvin Ridley, 5 for 84 yards. He's about, I want to say 62 yards away from 1,000 on the year. So they definitely got to try to get him to 1,000 yards. Should have been there a long time ago. Defensively, they had their issues with Brian Thomas. Brian Thomas had a great day, 7 catches, 91 yards, and a score. Really kind of had the defense stifled in some ways. And it was basically a Titan-esque performance. So I really don't have a lot to say about that. It was a pretty bleh kind of a game, but that's actually good. And so not really going to touch more on this game except the fact, hey, with the Titans losing, that was a good thing. So for all of y'all out there that's all sad and blue that the Titans lost this game, wipe your tears from your eyes and understand that this game would have, if we had won this game, in the long run, it would have done nothing but hurt us anyway. Now, we already heard the rumors from Ian Rappaport, Tom Pelissero, at least for the moment, that Brian Callahan and most of his staff are going to return next year. We'll see how the exit interviews go. But the Titans lose. They fall. They fall to 3-13. I want to say 3-14 on the year. No, 3-13. I'm sorry. They're 3-13 on the year. But the best gift of all is that the Titans, with the loss to the Jags, moved up a spot over Jacksonville to number 3. But the better gift was thanks, in part, not only to the Indianapolis Colts, but to the New York Football Giants. The New York Giants did us a huge, huge favor by beating the Indianapolis Colts. Not only knocking them out of the playoffs, but they helped us move up to number 2 in the draft order. And so now, with the strength of schedule, we're going to be ahead of the Giants no matter what happens. Now, if we win and we go to 4-13 along with these teams, that could be a big problem. So you move to 2 in the draft order. You're right behind the New England Patriots for the number 1 pick. And we know the New England Patriots don't need a quarterback because they have Drake May. So the Tennessee Titans essentially could have the pick of the litter at quarterback if they decide to go that way. And if the Patriots don't pick Travis Hunter or another team moves up and maybe takes the quarterback you want, then, hey, you could take the other quarterback. You could take Travis Hunter if you want to. So there's a lot of options for the Tennessee Titans that could be on the table if they hold firm at number 2. And they have a chance at the number 1 pick as well. I'm going to take this down so that I can show you a little bit more. The Tennessee Titans have a chance at the number 1 pick as well. Because if the Patriots, and it looks like Buffalo is going to rest a lot of their starters, all the Tennessee Titans have to do is lose their game to the Texans, and the Patriots beat the Bills, and the Patriots will be at home, the Titans will win the number 1 pick in the draft. That's all that has to happen. And if the Titans lose, even if the Patriots win, you're at number 2 no matter what. If you lose this game to the Texans, at worst, you are second in the draft. So I definitely thank the New York Giants for doing us a huge favor. Not only helping us get to the number 2 pick and knocking themselves out, but they knocked the Colts out of the playoffs. So I don't know about y'all, but Sunday was a great day for me. Was an awesome day for me. Nothing could bring me down after all of that happened. So the Tennessee Titans are at number 2. So again, with that, you got a chance at Shaduer. You got a chance at Cam Ward. You got a chance at Travis Hunter. And that's beautiful. But we still got to finish one more game. And the Tennessee Titans should definitely be in the suck for Shaduer mindset. Now, again, I am not asking players to just go out there completely flop. Yeah, try. Put on an entertaining show. You know, definitely act like you're trying to win, but just lose the game. Suck for Shaduer. And I know there's a lot of people, like I said, my boy, shout out to my boy B Payne, who I was just talking to before I came on this show. And of course, he said to me, he would say to me, well, did you see Shaduer's last game? Did you see the last game against BYU? Why would you want to draft Shaduer? Shaduer can't do it. I'm like, and I knew a lot of people would bring that up. Happy New Year to everybody. But yes, and I know the old saying, you're only as good as your last game. And Shaduer was not great in his last game. I get that. But I'm going to go back and look over the entire body of work for him and for Cam Ward and for Travis Hunter as well. Because if I'm looking at Shaduer Sanders, I'm going to be looking at Travis Hunter as well. And I may even peek at Shiloh too. And so I think of the two quarterbacks, Shaduer is more NFL ready. And it was brought that, well, Shaduer, he played behind a bad offensive line and, was able to get away with stuff. He ain't going to be able to get away with stuff in the NFL. He's already played against a bad offensive line before. Offensive line is just as bad, if not worse, than Colorado. Well, if about the same as Colorado. I ain't going to say the worst because, they've had some moments. But I think Shaduer fits a little bit more of what Callahan wants. Calculated, accurate, of a quarterback. Better on timing. Cam Ward, I hear, is a gunslinger. And I think he's a little bit similar to Will Levis. Gunslinger. Just going to let it fly. Improvise a lot. But that can also lead to mistakes. But again, that's something that we both will scout about. We will definitely scout about. And I know the Titans are going to do their homework as well. Especially if everybody's still in place. But I am all aboard for the suck for Shaduer mindset. Lose this game. And in doing so, Callahan has already come out this week at his press conference. As far as the quarterback is concerned, he has said both Mason Rudolph and Will Levis are going to play in this game. Which I'm like, that's good. Why? Because Will Levis can help us lose a game. Because that's what all Will Levis has done. Will Levis has only won 4 games in 2 seasons. I want to say that. I want to say he's won 4 games. It might have been 3. But he's only won 4 games because that's why he was 3-9 last year. And he's only won 1 game this season. 1. The other 2, Mason Rudolph won. And so Will Levis could help us lose this game. Because we know Will Levis is going to screw up. We know Will Levis is going to throw an interception at some point. We know Will Levis is going to find a way to screw things up. And that's a good thing. Both quarterbacks are going to play. Both quarterbacks can help us lose. That's going to probably mess up the line a little bit because it's like you try to get used to one quarterback, then you got to get used to another. It's like, that adds a little bit of confusion. But you still got to do your job for what's in front of you. But at the end of the day, you have to finish the job. Lose to the Houston Texans. There's no need to win here. And I get it. And we're moving on to the game now. Because Callahan has said he's playing both quarterbacks. I know Big Jeff, there's pride on the Tennessee Titans side. They're trying to go out there and want to win a game for Cali, win a game for Miss Amy. They hate the Texans. They're going to be in their Oiler uniforms, which I love. I love those uniforms, by the way. And I understand Miss Amy, how much this game personally means to her. But Miss Amy needs to look beyond this game as well. And understand that a victory, and I need to tell all of y'all this, a victory on Sunday would do catastrophic damage to the Tennessee Titans. Because, let me bring up Let me bring up Tankathon one more time. You see right now, the Tennessee Titans are slated to pick second in the draft right now. If you win this game and you beat the Houston Texans, you could fall as low as 7 in this draft. You will fall as low as 7. That means Cleveland gets ahead of you. The Giants get back in the quarterback conversation. Jacksonville, Carolina, who might be needing a quarterback, as well as the Jets. You will be behind all of those teams. You will be ahead of Vegas because your strength of schedule will be less than them. But you will fall as low as 7 if you win. If you lose this game, at worst, you stay exactly where you are at 2. And if the Patriots win their game, you are the number 1 pick. And of course, Louis is saying losing is never winning. Louis, Lou, man, I'm sorry, sir, but you done lost to me on that one. I done told y'all before and I'll say it again. Losing is winning. Losing is winning when it comes to the Tennessee Titans. Losing is winning. Understand that. You have the number 2 pick. You have never picked this high since 2015 with Marcus Mariota. That was the last time you have ever picked this high. Scratch that. I want to say it might have been 2016. We had the number 1 pick, but we traded that pick. And again, I know a lot of y'all want to I know a lot of y'all still want to win this game, but I'm like Steve Crosio. I'm on the Shaduer Sanders train. Texans and Patriots need to win. D09 said it. Put their pride aside and lose this game. And I'm with you on that. And everybody out there, y'all should put your pride aside. Take your Titan blinders off. You should be cheering for a loss. The Titans need to lose this game. Winning this game does you 0 benefits. None. You drop all the way down to 7. You lose out on a lot of players. You lose out on Shaduer Sanders, Travis Hunter, Cam Ward, Abdul Carter. You lose out on all of those guys if you win this game because you fall to 7, and those 4 guys will not make it past maybe 5. One of them might, but those 4, Ward, Shaduer, Travis Hunter, Abdul Carter, they will not make it past 5. And you'll be stuck probably taking a Kelvin Banks or Will Campbell on the offensive line, which again would probably be a good thing. And then you move J.C. Latham to right, and that might solidify your line. That's the absolute doomsday scenario. But again, losing is winning. I've been right on this. I've been right on a lot of things. When I said Levis ain't it, some of y'all want to fight me on that. What then happened? Mayo got benched. Ladies and gentlemen, I know a little bit of what I'm talking about here. Let's not say that I don't. When I'm telling you losing is winning, do I hate to see my team suck? Absolutely. I never want to see my team suck. But at the end of the day, I think about reality. I'm not living in fantasy land where like, oh, we'll get them next time. A win is going to cure everything. No, it won't. And look at this comment by Pinball. Look at Washington. Losing helped them. Exactly. Look what they got. They got Jaden Daniels. I didn't believe in Jaden Daniels until he won the Heisman. And look at what he's done. And so I want Eli Stowers. I don't even know who Eli Stowers is, and I don't really care. You're right on that. Levis was never the answer. I told y'all that. And then Louis said, Will Levis is my quarterback. Well, you about to be by yourself because Levis ain't going to be on this team next year. Amar said, we need to draft Shaduer. Yes. Shaduer or Cam. Let's get it. I agree. Kim was saying, Louis hasn't taken his meds today. Wow. But again, suck for Shadur. Crash for Cam. Lose the hunt for Hunter. And finish this job and lose to the Texans. It is that simple. Tight end for Vanderbilt. So, Louis, you're losing me. You lost me last week because you said some dumb, stupid stuff before, some messed up stuff before. And again, I am not calling anybody dumb by any means. Eli Store is a tight end for Vanderbilt, so you want him in the first round. You want him in the first round. Really? Come on now. Think. Come back to Earth. You're up in some crazy galaxy. Come back to Earth. Come back to reality. Again, suck for Shadur. Lose the game. Lose the game. You want us to draft Eli Stowers with the second, third, or seventh pick in this draft. Really? I know that's probably a great joke, but that would have me fired up. If Rand or Callie did anything like that, or even somewhere close to that, I would want them fired before the first round is over. Exactly. I'm with Steve on this one. If they dodge Shadur or Cam Ward and you got the perfect opportunity to draft one of them, you might as well kiss your job goodbye. You might as well bend your ass over and kiss your job goodbye. Because that would be stupid. So at the and really to add on to this game, it looks like the Texans are going to be playing their starters. Maybe not for the whole game. D'Amico Ryans has come out and said, we'll see how the game is going depending on how long the starters will play. So right now, the Texans are planning on playing their starters, which is a good thing. And I really do think, I don't think the Texans want to go into the playoffs on a three-game losing streak. I don't think so. They're 9-7. They could be 9-8 and win the division. They've right now lost 2 games in a row. They would like to go into the playoffs with a little bit of momentum. So them getting blown out by the Baltimore Ravens was a blessing for us. And that's right, Louis. Yes. The Sugar Bowl has been moved to tomorrow night. Moved to tomorrow night because of what happened today in New Orleans. Congratulations on your Memphis Tigers. Yes, thank you. They won the Frisco Bowl. The basketball team beat Ole Miss, a ranked team, and they're back in the top 25. Hopefully they stay there. But we need to lose this game. And the Texans playing their starters are going to help us do that. So I really don't have much more to say on that except 2025. What are your resolutions? Me, I've already told a lot of people, I said, you check my personal Facebook, my Instagram. I've said 2024 was a year of enlightenment for me. 2024 was a year of enlightenment. I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot of what I needed to do for myself. And Amar says his resolution, lose weight. And that is a very good resolution to have. For me, there's a lot. I said 2024 was going to be a year of enlightenment, and I realized and learned a lot about myself. 2025 for me is going to be a year of change, of real change in all aspects of my life. There's going to be change to this podcast to make it bigger and better than ever. Definitely changing to try to move up professionally in my career, whether it be here or in another city. Definitely losing weight because I'm gonna get ready to head to the gym in a little while and get my workout in. The only way the Raiders and Giants get the number 1 pick is if we don't get it and they trade up with the Patriots. That's the only way. And it will probably cost quite a bit to move up. And if one to pick a quarterback, I'll be okay with Shaduer. I'll be okay with the other or Travis Hunter. I'll be okay with that. Louis said, "Can I be a co-host?" I don't know if I will. I don't know if that would be what the viewers want, but we might could talk about it. Be more disruptive. Oh my God, y'all crazy. But definitely eating better. Definitely trying to lose 50 pounds, and I'm starting that today because I'm going to get on the scale and figure out where I am, and let's go. Definitely, trying to eat better, advance in my career, getting stronger mentally in myself. That's another thing. Getting mentally stronger, not just physically better, but mentally better. A lot of us men don't understand mental health is an issue, especially for men, and a lot of people don't know that. And that's something else that I'm going to be working on for myself is my mental health, becoming stronger, confident, much more believing in myself. So those are my plans for 2025. That is my part of my year of change. Leave in the comments below, what is your resolutions? What do you plan to do in 2025? And on that note, I thank everybody for what has been a very good 2024 for TNT, for Titans and Truth. I want to thank the Titans Fan Club of Memphis for always supporting me and supporting this podcast and this channel. I thank each and every one of you for all of your support. TNT ain't going nowhere. It's going to get bigger. It's going to get bigger And it's also finna get a little bit more expanded. I got some ideas on the horizon that I think I'm going to explore. I think I'm going to get the Truth League report back and going. I'm going to finally get down to the T off the ground. And I may do some other things on this channel as well. I'm thinking about, maybe I'm throwing out an idea of, I know there's been some stuff out there. Some of y'all may not notice there's a young lady, a young black woman who, did a, nice, sexy cooking show that, a lot of women didn't like, but she ended up getting her own show on broadcast television out of that. So I'm thinking about maybe doing a little cooking segment because I like to cook, maybe showing out different recipes I'm thinking about trying, seeing how that is. So definitely thinking about expanding. And so we're definitely going to look at that, making this bigger and better and bring out more content as much as possible. And I apologize, I haven't brought out a lot of content in the last couple of months with me working working 2 jobs. I may move up where I do some stuff on Tuesday, on Monday, and stuff like that. And then that way I can really focus so I can really bring out the best content for all of you. And that's what I'm going to continue to do. But everybody, thank y'all so much for a good 2024. And I look forward to a wonderful 2025. Thank y'all for tuning in to TNT tonight. I am your man, Chris, a.k.a. Blue Enforcer. Again, make sure y'all share this show out if you haven't already. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And also follow the channels as well. And welcome to 2025. And we are going to tighten up because that's all we know how to do. Good night, y'all. Happy New Year.